Hello everybody, today I will try to predict when the Bfdia 23 is gonna come out. So without further questioning, let's jump right into it. First of all, I will try to predict the release date of the episode, but how would I do that? I don't work at Jack and Jellyfish. Well, I can make the assumptions based on prior episode release dates. I'm going to look on the release dates of every Bfdia episode since Bfdia 15. Because that's when the timing of the release dates became consistent, I think. So now you can see the release dates of those episodes on the screen and wait for them. The episode that we waited for the least amount of time was Bfdi 20 at only 14 days. That's insane. That's because it was a second part to an episode and they didn't have to wait for the voting to finish because there was no voting in Bfdi 19. I mean, there was a voting for who should be the host in the next episodes, but that voting didn't even matter for Bfdia 20, so they were probably working on Bfdia 20 in the background before Bfdia 19 was even released. And the longest wait for the episode was 64 days. So if you look at all these wait times, we would see that the average wait time for an episode is around 2 months. Sometimes a little bit less time and sometimes a little bit more. And that's around 55 to 64 days. But if we go by that logic, Bfdi 23 was supposed to be released already, because 64 days already passed. But where is the episode? Well, I have a theory. So, do you know how Tipo 20 was supposed to be released in September? Well, it obviously didn't because all of the theater stuff that delayed the episode. Well, my theory is that Tipo 20 was supposed to be released in September, and short time after that, Bfdia 23 was supposed to be released in early October. But because Tipo 20 was delayed, so was the Bfdia 23 in order to not drain the hype for Tipo 20. So what does this even mean? It means that Bfdia 23 is already finished probably, but they are waiting for Tipo 20 to release it because they want to upload it after Tipo 20. So we know that Bfdia 23 is gonna release after Tipo 20. But what's the exact date? Well, I think that the episode is gonna come out in October or early November. And now I will try to predict the exact date. So, if we look at the days of the weekend that Jack and Jellyfish releases new episodes, we would see that the most usual targets are Fridays, and days before or after it, like Thursdays or Saturdays. So, with this context, we can look at the calendar and see the possible dates. They are probably not going to release it in the same week as Tipo 20, so we will write them off. And if we apply that they only released episodes in those days that I stated, we would have 9 possible dates. I'm going to show them now on screen. So now that we have our final 9 days, let's start to write some off in order to find the exact date. First, most obvious, I don't think that they will wait until November to release it. I mean, it is possible if it is a really long episode, but I don't think it will be, so I'll write these 3 days off. Now we are left with 6 days. I don't think that it's gonna release on 1st November because they threw that strategy almost 2 years ago. And they are not gonna release it on 31st because they never release new episode at that date. And now we are left with 4 dates. 23rd, 24th and 25th and 30th of October. Out of these 4, it's probably not gonna be the 30th because that's Thursday and they usually tend to release an episode on Friday. So we are left with 3 dates and I'm guessing it's gonna be 23rd of October. But why? Isn't it obvious? Bfdi 23, October 23rd, Jack and Jellyfish is one of those guys that will probably do that and they already did it. But why I really believe it's gonna be that exact date? Well, you see, October 23rd is actually my birthday and I would really like to feast a new episode on my birthday. It would be perfect. So yeah, that's why I think Bfdia 23rd is gonna release on October 23rd. And if you wanna know who will potentially get eliminated in this episode, make sure to check out my YouTube channel, because I have video where I predict who will win Bfdia, and you will find a lot of Bfdia videos there. And thank you guys so much for the recent support and watching this video. And if I got the date right, you all owe me $500 million vegetillion. Pause the video, new info drop. So yeah, Tipo 20 actually dropped a couple of days ago, and it was a really great episode. I don't think it could have been made in September. So that's why it came out in October. So that's why I think Bfdia 23 is not gonna come out in October. But why do I think this? Well, basically, After Tipo 20 released, Michael made a short video like going to Tipo 20 Tito release, and he stated that he hopes that Bfdia 23 is gonna release in theaters.
And hopefully Bfdi 23 is also in theaters too.
So that leaves us with November. So yeah, the episode is probably gonna come out in November or early December. So yeah, if it's November, I'm hoping it's gonna be November 23rd, but yeah, probably not, because it's gonna go in theaters and that's kind of unpredictable. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick update here before I finish the video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, thanks for the recent support, and bye!